Hi, this is Sean of Sean and Kiara. We are the creators of two graphic novels, Lucy in the Sky, made for middle grade readers, and Rhiannon for the young adult market. If you enjoy this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to our channel. And if you're interested in the things we do, please consider joining our Patreon site, where we make available new comic art and other things we create, or following us on Instagram. Thank you. Hello, this is Sean, and welcome back at long last to our latest episode of Reading Tintin, where we read the Castafiore Emerald, which is the 21st volume in the series of Tintin books. I know it's been a while since the last one, and it's kind of appropriate in that at this point in this later period of Herge's career in producing the Tintin books, the books were coming out fewer and farther between for a number of reasons. And so as we near the end of the series, the last few volumes, I'm not producing them quite as quickly as I did when I began the series, but we shall get through them. We shall get through them all. And hopefully I won't die before the before we get to the very last volume, the unfinished very last volume, which is what happened to Herge. But we'll get to that when we get to that. This episode, we're looking at the Castafiore Emerald, which I said was the 21st of the Tintin books produced. It was serialized between 1961 and 1962 in Tintin Magazine, produced by Herge and his Studios Herge. And it was published as a book shortly after it ended serialization in 1963. It came out published by Casterman. We have the French edition of it, and here we have my English language edition, which I'm noticing is this edition I have is not published by Little Brown, as a lot of my other ones were that were purchased after I'd grown, so outside of my childhood. This is by Magnet, which I believe was one of the Canadian imprints that published the Tintin books. Methuen was the Canadian British, and then Magnet, I think, was at some point had taken over publishing them. At any rate, this was not one of the volumes that I read as a child. I remember looking at the back, at the thumbnails of all the adventures on the back covers of the books that I did have, and looking at all the ones that I didn't have, and being particularly intrigued by this cover. And I would really, kind of get up close and try to look at all the details there. And it was an interesting cover. It wasn't like any of the other covers, which were all very adventure-oriented. This one wasn't. And in particular, I remember looking at Captain Haddock back here, a little tiny picture of Haddock, and wondering what he was doing. And the other thing that I always found interesting about this cover is Tintin, who is in much more of a close-up than we usually see him. Herge would usually draw the figures in sort of like the middle ground, and here he's in the foreground. And unlike any of the other covers, Tintin is kind of breaking the fourth wall. He's acknowledging the reader. He's turning to us, the reader, and giving us the sign for quiet, the shh finger to the lips. So I think this is the only instance of this kind of thing that I can think of in these books. And of course, I would have already been familiar with Bianca Castafiore. She would have appeared in a number of the other stories that I'd already read. And so I knew that somehow the story was going to be about her. And if we compare the titles of the French and the English editions, Les Bijoux de Castafiore, there's a difference in not only in the nice illustrated title that Herge produced, but bijou, I believe, just means jewels. So the Castafiore jewels, or jewelry, jewels, I guess. And in the English language edition, it's specifically the Castafiore Emerald. So the other red jewel is taken out, and we just have the green emerald there. Another thing to note, the Siamese cat, who is the cat of Marlinspike Hall, and Snowy are not fighting for once, or chasing each other for once, but are both cowering under the piano as Castafiore is singing. And of course, that's why Haddock has his ears covered with his hands. And other than that, really nice illustration work. So the studio is always good at getting all this technical stuff down, all this machinery. They really want to research the detail of, these types of lights and cameras that would have been used for doing for recording a television show like this, which is what's happening here. So, a few other things before we begin. So besides the unusual nature of the cover, the story is also unusual among the adventures in that it's not really an adventure. It's set entirely at Marlinspike. It's more of a, it's more akin to an Agatha Christie whodunit mystery. And it has some elements of the drawing room comedy. And, Captain Haddock throughout the adventures is always complaining about how he's always being pulled off to these exotic locations, and he would much rather be just relaxing back in Marlinspike. And in this story, of course, he gets his wish, but it doesn't work out for him. Among the recurring characters that we have in the story, besides Tintin and Haddock, of course, Professor Calculus, who is resident at Marlinspike Hall. The Thompsons, of course, make their appearance. But also we have, of course, Bianca Castafiore, Jolyon Wag, who we've been introduced to previously. Cuts the Butcher also makes an appearance here. So Haddock, although he thinks he's going to be comfortably at home, he has to deal with four of his main foils. So actually 5, yeah. Castafiore, Jolyon Wag, Calculus, and both the Thompsons, who are who drive him into fits of rage, are all going to be tormenting him in this volume. And we also have some new characters who make their first appearance in the story: Mr. Bolt, the stonemason, and the reporters Christopher Willoughby Droop and Marco Risotto. Christopher Willoughby Droop appears in The Black Island, but only in the redrawn version of that book, which I believe was redrawn after he makes his initial appearance here, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so nice title page illustration. Captain Haddock looking very sullen and irritated in his wheelchair. And we'll be doing a read-through of this. So this will probably be a 2-parter. The opening panel, we have Haddock and Tintin out for a walk in the countryside. And we see here up in the tree, a little, right off the bat, first panel, we have something here, this bird, the magpie. So this is Herge making use of the literary principle of Chekhov's gun, which is you introduce an element like this, then it's got to reappear and have some significance in the story. And indeed, we'll see how the magpie returns to the story. And Snowy is busy digging in the side of the road there. Ah, the merry month of May, spring, the sweet spring, cuckoo, jug, jug, pooey, too-wit-a-woo. The chorus of birds, the woodland flowers, the fragrant perfumes, the sweet-smelling earth. Breathe deeply, Tintin. Fill your lungs with fresh air. Air so pure and sparkling you could drink it. Tintin smells something else. As far as perfume goes, I wouldn't call this exactly fragrant. You're right. No wonder. Look at that disgusting rubbish dump. The filth from every dustbin in the neighborhood is chucked over there. And we see in the back there some gypsy caravans. Good heavens, some people seem to be attracted by the stink. Fantastic. Gypsies, he says. No sense of hygiene, the gutter snipes. Incredible. There's a nice panel here, like kind of a long shot with a squirrel in the foreground, who I don't think reappears like the magpie does. Shh, listen, that sounds like a child crying. Boo-hoo-hoo, a little gypsy girl, boo-hoo-hoo. So we should say that we have here some of the characters are Roma, and we have in the text now outdated and generally now considered offensive term gypsy, which is used. She must have wandered away from that camp. Hello, what's the matter? What are you crying for? Are you lost? It's all right, don't be afraid. What's your name? I'm Tintin. Who are you? Speak up, little one. Thunder and typhoons, don't be so timid. We're not going to eat you. No, no, Captain. Hey, yow! And she bites him on the hand. Billions of blue blistering barnacles. Little Spitfire, just wait till I catch you. Look at that. She's drawn blood, the little wildcat. So she has, but you scared her. Whoa, whoa. It's Snowy's whoa, whoa. Now it's happened. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, poor little thing. Whoa, whoa. Poor little. Good gracious, she tripped over the brambles and then bumped her head on the tree root. You haven't cut yourself, have you? No, there isn't any blood. I expect you'll have a lump, that's all. Little goose. Please don't be afraid. We'll take you back to your mother. Can you stand up? Keely, 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 Keely. Okay now. A few minutes later, they're back at the Roma camp. Mama, Yarka. To think that people live in the midst of all this filth. I know. Good day to you. We found her in the woods. She must have wandered off. When she saw us, she ran away, but then she fell over and bumped her head on a tree root, so we brought her home. You are a good man. I will tell your fortune. You cross my palm with silver. No thanks. Definitely not. It might be as well for a clear conscience to let a doctor have a look at her. A doctor? I suppose you think we have money to pay for a doctor? Kind gentleman, I'll tell your fortune. You cross my palm with silver. No, no, please leave me alone. Oh, what is it? Tell me. He's suddenly interested. Trouble, she says. Well, if that's all you can see, I can tell your fortune too. You must be careful. Otherwise, I see an accident, but not serious. I see you in a carriage. Ah, a beautiful stranger approaches. She is coming to visit you. Ah, she has wonderful jewels, and oh, a terrible disaster. Go on, go on. So we're getting a little preview of the story to come here. The jewels are gone, vanished, stolen. You cross my palm with silver, and I tell you many more things. No, no, that's enough. Let go of my hand. Just a little silver. Otherwise, you will suffer great misfortune. The jewels will disappear. Me too. That's enough mumbo-jumbo for one day. Well, goodbye, and take care of that little cherub. But if you take my advice, you'll camp somewhere else and not in this rubbish dump. In the first place, it's unhealthy. Do you think we're here because we like it? Do you imagine we enjoy living surrounded by filth? You mean? Quiet, Mike. Let me talk to this Gajo. Me? A Gajo? That's what we call anyone who isn't a Romani. Listen. We arrived here yesterday with a sick man, and this was the only place where the police would let us camp. So that's it. Blistering barnacles. Now, just you listen to me. You're not staying here. There's a large meadow near the hall beside a stream. You can move in there whenever you like. Making people live in a dung heap like this, it's revolting. I'm glad you could help them. So we see this recurring shot of the approach to Marlinspike Hall, whether it's the two of them or just Tintin walking. And as they walk in, always something happens the minute they come in the front door. Thump! And of course it's Calculus who's fallen down the steps. Poor professor, anything broken? Yes, a piece several inches long. That confounded step, still not repaired. When's that sluggard of a builder coming? Here we have Nestor making his appearance. I telephone him constantly, sir, and he assures me he'll come. Well, I'll show you how to deal with him. Hello, hello? Mr. Bolt? What's that? This isn't Mr. Bolt? No, sir, this is Cuts the Butcher. Yes, sir. Not at all, sir. Crash. Hello? Is that Mr. Bolt? Yes. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, I do know. Yes, a sudden rush of work. Yes, very tiresome. What? Oh, yes, sir. It's very dangerous, too. When? Well, yes, I'll come along tomorrow. Yes, first thing tomorrow. You can rely on me, sir. Goodbye. So we have this recurring gag that happens where the phone numbers of Marlinspike Hall and Cuts the Butcher are constantly getting mixed up. And now included in this mix-up is the stonemason, Mr. Bolt. That's how you get results, Nestor. Just a touch of firmness, that's all. He'll be here tomorrow, as you heard. Seeing is believing, sir. Now for a little drink. The fresh air makes me thirsty. All well, Tintin? A letter from Chang in London. He's fine and sends you his regards. So Chang was from the last episode, the Tintin in Tibet, which was all about Tintin rescuing his friend Chang, who we first meet in the Blue Lotus. What a nice lad he is. Yes, and another letter. You'll never guess who from. Bianca Castafiore. Bianca Castafiore, ha ha ha, the dear old Milanese nightingale. Ah, my beauties. She begins singing her jewel song from Faust, which she's always singing. Past compare, Margarita. Hello, there's a storm brewing. Professor Calculus is, of course, mostly deaf. And what has that delightful creature to say? No, it's passed over. That she's arriving here at Marlinspike tomorrow. Really great little take there. Haddock, his reaction. Castafiore, tomorrow, here, you're pulling my leg. Read it yourself. My dear young Tintin, it is so long since blah, blah, blah. 2 recitals in your country, blah, blah, blah. Escape from the press, blah, blah, blah. May your simple and unaffected friend, not half, invite herself to Marlinspike Hall, blah, blah, blah. I shall arrive on the 17th. What? Castafiore, here? Cataclysm, calamity, catastrophe. Or there's a little postscript for you. Kindest regards to Captain Bartok. Of course, she always gets his name wrong, and this sends him off the deep end. Haddock, by thunder, Signora Castaroyally. Haddock. Nestor. Coming, sir. Nestor, pack my bags this instant. I must be out of this house in an hour. Very good, sir. It's no good protesting. I'm weighing anchor. Thump. His drink is back in his face again. So, it's tripping over the stairs. We're going to see a lot of this. Or it's the step, sir. But thundering typhoons. You knew the step was broken. I've made myself hoarse reminding you about it. Yes, sir. The doorbell, sir. I'll go. You get on with my packing. Pity he's going. The fur would really fly with Castafiore here. Meow. A telegram for you, Tintin. Who knows? Perhaps it's Bianca Castafiore. Bianca Cataclysm is held up. Well, it's from her, all right. Sincere regrets. Stop. Cannot come. Splendid. Hooray. Now, Calculus says, good gracious me, I shouldn't have come without my umbrella. Happy day. She isn't coming, Cuthbert, old friend. No, but I don't suppose it will last. But, Nestor, you can stop packing. She shan't be going. But that isn't it at all, Captain. Very good, sir. Sincere regrets. Stop. Cannot come 17th. Stop. Arriving 16th. Stop. Regards, Bianca. What? The 16th? The 16th? But it's the 16th today. Exactly, Captain. He goes to... Of course, he's thrown his drink out already. All hands on deck. Abandon ship. Every man for himself. I'm off. But where? I don't know. Doesn't matter where. Milan, perhaps. I've never dared go there in case I meet that thundering typhoon. But, Nestor, my bags at once. Thump, bump. Captain, billions of bilious blue blistering barnacles. Thundering typhoons, that step, that confounded step. Just wait till I see that bone idol builder. Nothing broken, I hope. Luckily not, though I might easily have sprained something. Yow! Of course, he did. It's a bad sprain, and you've pulled the ligaments. Tomorrow I'll put it in a plaster. In plaster? A sprained ankle? But doctor, I'm leaving today for Italy. Out of the question. Absolute rest with the foot in plaster for a fortnight. Think yourself fortunate you didn't break a leg. And my advice to you is get that step repaired. Someone else might not have your good luck. Goodbye. Goodbye, doctor. Luck. If that's luck, give me disaster. As he goes to fill up his pipe. Cuckoo! Oh dear, Captain Fatstock. How too divine to see you again. How did you get in? Misericordia. What has happened to you? A sprain, but how did you get in? Just as we arrived, dear Tintin was showing someone out, so we didn't need to ring. There can't be more than one of you. But of course, Irma, my maid, always travels with me, and so does my accompanist, Igor Wagner, who obviously has to, accompany me. Excuse me, Signora, may I introduce our old friend, Professor Calculus. It's a great detail. Calculus is so besotted by Castafiore, who just annoys everybody else. And as he bends over to kiss her hand, the button on his button-on collar pops off. How enchanting, how absolutely thrilling to meet you. The man who makes all those daring ascents in balloons. This is funny. She's getting him mixed up. Of course, he is, the one who's responsible for Tintin and had it going to the moon in a spaceship. But this reference here, I believe, is a reference to the person that Calculus was originally based on. And if I'm not mistaken, he did some work in hot air balloons. I am deeply honored, Signora. What a rare pleasure for me to meet so great an artist of such charm, such distinction, and Professor, you make me blush. I sincerely hope so, Signora. Of course, he gets everything wrong that people say because he's nearly deaf. I sincerely hope so, Signora. Tintin has often spoken of your pictures, the delicacy of the drawing in perfect harmony with the boldness of the color, and your portraits, I know, always display an amazing likeness. What is he talking about? Nestor, please show the Signora to her room. Yes, sir. How kind. But first, Irma, where is the little something for dear Captain Drydock? In the taxi, madam. I'll fetch it. I thought that an old sailorman like yourself must feel very lonely in his little boat. Il povero capitano. That's very kind of you, but I knew you'd adore. Here, madam, this pretty Polly to be your constant companion is horrified to see this parrot. What a surprise. What a delightful surprise. Nothing could have given me greater pleasure. Aha, I knew it. Here, Irma, put him on his perch. Yes, madam. I can't stand animals who talk. A little joke, of course, Snowy. They've unloaded the luggage. This is where she's staying, to work, Gino. So our first little hint of something sinister happening. Who is in the car outside? And again, a great car. I would have loved all these vehicles. I was a big fan of books like Cars and Trucks and things that go. He's called Iago, a compliment to dear Signor Verde. He's so affectionate. We love nice Captain Hopscotch already, don't we? Stroke him, Captain. Don't be afraid. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Keely, 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 Keely. How sweet. He's taken to you already. Oh, animals have an unfailing instinct. They immediately attach themselves to those they love. You think so? Yow! He bites him in the finger. Billions of bilious blue blistering barbecued barnacles. Cannibal, bashy bazook, vampire. Hello, I can hear you. Please, Captain Stopcock. Such language. Poor Pollikins might learn it. Show me your hand. Now. Our finger is just a teeny weeny bit sore. Irma, the first aid things, please. In among his little pictographic swearing is a plucked Polly. Or Iago, I mean. Here's the case, madam, and this... Of course, I forgot. Dear Tintin, this is just a little gift from me to you. There we are, a pretty little butterfly to comfort the poor sailorman. The Jewel Song. She's given him a copy of a record of her singing the Jewel Song. I'm very grateful, Signora. It was very kind of you to think of me. Not at all, not at all. I thought it would remind you of our first meeting in Sildavia. Do you remember? This is from King Ottokar's scepter, this reference. Shall I ever forget it? Of course, that was the first time I heard you sing the Jewel Song from Faust. Ah, yes, the Jewel Song. Mercy, my jewels. Here, madam, I've got your jewel case. Oh, so you have. I can breathe again. Now, my man, if you'd be kind enough to show me to my room. As the Signora wishes. Oh, I almost forgot. The reporters will probably run me to earth here. May I ask my brave sailor to protect me? Not a single interview. No publicity, no photographs, nothing. I came here incognito. You must help me to escape. Of course. May I point out to the Signora that the fourth step is broken? Yes, yes, I see. The Signora's room. Ravishing. What delightful old furniture. And a four-poster bed. It's, Henry the Tenth, is it not? Charles the First, Signor. Precisely what I meant, of course. Dong. If the Signora will excuse me, the doorbell, you may go. Fiddle, what is it now? Of course, oh dear, the step. He makes a really good save. Bunk, 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 skids across. Well done, Nestor. Always keep your head. A great end-of-page panel. It really makes you want to turn the page. And of course, at the top of the next page, we have one of these great larger panels. Well, it's a little bit different, although this is a nice panoramic shot of the line of caravans, nicely executed. There's not one of those panels that we've had in previous books where you can just sort of stare at it and look and see what everybody's doing. I'll put the telephone here, Captain, where you can reach it. Thanks, Tintin, that's very kind. Oh, sir, in the drive, a whole horde of gypsies. They say you told them to come. Sir, you invited them to camp at the grounds? That's right, Nestor. Show them into the big meadow down by the stream. But, sir, if I may make so bold, sir, gypsies, sir, nothing but a bunch of thieving rogues. They'll only make trouble for you, sir. Trouble? How can I be in worse trouble? Go and see to them, Nestor. But very good, sir. So while this book does make use of the stereotype at the time, especially of Roma people, being quasi-criminal, being thieves and so forth, it should be noted that Herge made a point of casting them in a more, giving them a little bit more humanity and casting them in a more of a sympathetic role. Would you like me to go, Captain? Nestor has so much to do in the house already. Thanks. Inviting gypsies to stay. He's mad. He's absolutely mad. He'll come a cropper one of these days. Thump. Blistering barnacles. That step. Why can't people look where they're going? And of course, Nestor fell on it again. So, ring. Hello? Yes, Haddock here. Who's that? The police? What? Ah, Captain. My men report that some gypsies who were camping by the main road have moved. It seems you invited them to pitch camp on your land. Is that so? Quite correct, Inspector. I think it's intolerable, those wretched creatures forbidden to camp except on a rubbish dump. And as I have a meadow... Hello, I can hear you. Hello? What? You can hear me? Well, I can hear you. And since we can hear each other, let me say I quite understand your action, Captain. It's most generous. I beg your pardon. Did you say shut up? No, not you. I'm talking to this pestilential parakeet. Will you shut up, you? Hello, I can hear you. Ah, I see. You're still addressing your parrot. Now about those gypsies. Of course, you're free to do as you like, but I should warn you. You'll only have yourself to thank when they make trouble for you. Trouble? Haha. First I'm bitten by a little wildcat, then by a parrot. I sprain an ankle. Castafiore descends on me with Irma and that budding Beethoven, and they talk about trouble. We're only on page 13, and all of this has already happened to Captain Haddock. And of course, it's only going to get worse. Meanwhile, mission completed, all settled in. I like the detail of him wading through knee-high grass across the fields. It's something I wonder if I would think to do that. I hate them, the Gajos. They pretend to help, but in their hearts they despise us. Not these, Mike, not these. Girl, whoa, girl. Hello, what's up? Snowy's got wind of something. Girl. Snowy, here's Snowy. Whoa. Hey, who are you? Stop. Whoa. Strange people. Could they be the people who were in the car outside? And indeed, it looks like they were. There's the car. The gap. They're going through the gap in that wall. Whoa. Vroom. A car. Whoa. Now, what's the meaning of that? And what shall I do? Tell the captain? No, he's got enough on his plate already. Ring. Hello? Can you hear me? Ring. It's the parrot imitating the sound of the telephone. And he swears something I can't even pronounce. Mercy, my jewels. I'll lock my jewels in this drawer, Irma, and I'll hide the key to the drawer in this vase over here. Try to remember, girl. Yes, madam. And of course we see Igor happens to be walking by right as she says that, and little dots of awareness coming out of him give us some clue that something's going on with him. Well, that's that, Captain. Our gypsy friends are installed. They're delighted with their new camp. Good. I'm very glad. Hello, I can hear you. That parrot. It'll drive me crazy. Anyway, it's nearly bedtime. Then at least I'll be free of it for the night. Nuts. Of course. That night. Ah, my beauty. A great little one-panel dream sequence. You see a red-faced, naked Captain Haddock in the audience, surrounded by a bunch of parrots who are all staring at him. Eek! Oh, Dio mio. What's happened? There, in my room, at the window, a monster. A monster? There's nothing here, senor. Absolutely nothing. But I saw a monster, I tell you, a ghost or something. It was horrible. I heard a long, mournful cry, and I saw two eyes shining like Mercy, my jewels! Irma, my jewels! No, madam. They are quite safe. To-wit, to-woo! Oh, Dio, that voice. The cry of the monster, listen. That? But that's only a bird. Just a poor old night owl. Are you sure? And the footsteps on the ceiling? On the ceiling? Yes, I heard someone walking about upstairs. It was a man, I'm certain. Impossible, senora. It's only the attic above, and no one lives up there. But I assure you, don't be afraid, senora. Go back to sleep and close your window. Then you won't need to worry. And the next morning, I might just have a look under Senora Castafiore's window. That's the one. Well. Footprints. Right under the window. Is she telling the truth, then? The ivy. No, it would never support a man's weight. A child, maybe, but then there'd be traces of the climb. Anyway, the footprints are those of an adult. But whose? That's the problem. Someone from the house? One of the two strangers I chased yesterday? A gypsy? You see another bird. Here, Snowy. We'll take a walk down by the encampment. If there are any footprints, they'll show up in the mud. So let's go where they water their horses. No, none like those we saw in the flower bed. Splash! Whoa. He's looking around, can't see anyone. Come on, Snowy, we shan't find our humorous friend by staying here. There he goes, haha. He didn't wait for a second round, the little brat. I don't like the way he's always snooping around. So that's who it was. That gypsy, he threw the stone, but why? We don't seem to be much further on. Come on, Snowy, home. Now that's the doctor leaving. He'll have put the captain's foot in plaster. But there's another car. Who does that belong to? And so we have our next appearance of a recurring character coming up. Let's see. Why, it's Mr. Wag. Hello. Of course, Haddock's in there with two of his most favorite people. Hello, I can hear you. Hi there, boyo. I was just passing, a client to see near here for the old rock bottom insurance, so I said to myself, Julian, I said, now's your chance to say howdy to the ancient mariner. And look what I find, the old humbug's fallen downstairs. What a scream. Anyway, a bit of a luck I popped in. A proper godsend, that's me. This lady was just telling me about last night's caper. And what does Julian Wag discover? Hold on to your hats. Her jewels, her famous jewels, aren't even insured. What about that? A proper carry-on, eh? Worth thousands and thousands, and she's got one little sparkler, an emerald, given to her out east by some character, Marjorie, something or other. Maharaja, the Maharaja of Gopal. That's the chap. So a couple things. So, the Maharaja of Gopal, we've met another Maharaja back in Cigars of the Pharaoh. This Maharaja of Gopal does not make an appearance in the Tintin books. However, we do see him, we do meet him in another series that Herge produced. And if I can find a picture, I'd have to go out and find my copy of the book. But I'll put it up on the screen so we can see him and the name of that series and the title of the book. And the other thing I want to say is, I think the English translators of the Tintin books, well, they did a great job anyway, but one of the one of the best things that they do is translating Gillian Wagg's dialogue, which I'm assuming is just as annoying in the original French as it has been translated into English. And you can just feel how Captain Haddock feels having to endure his presence like this. That's the chap, and that little tidbit alone is worth a fortune. Crazy what you get for a song, eh? Beats me. Not that I've got anything against music, but between you and me, I prefer a dollop of wallop any day. Not a single jewel covered, so I said, lady, you give me a list of your knickknacks, and Gillian Wag will insure the whole shoot. I'll consider it, Mr. Bagg. Fiddlesticks, it's all fixed. I'll be back in a day or two with a policy. Cheerio for now, Duchess. Pleased to meet you. He's just an idiot to everyone. And if I were you, Lord Nelson, I'd get that step fixed. It had occurred to me. I'm waiting for the builder. Well, that's probably him now at the door. This Halibut's house? No, Haddock's. Why? We've brought the piano. The piano? 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 Oh yes, the piano. It's mine. I hired a piano to practice with Mr. Wagner. I do hope you don't mind. Of course not. I'm overjoyed. You sweet old thing. In that case, they can put it in here so that we can cheer you up. Thank you, but the Maritime Gallery would be better for you. Admirable. Mr. Wagner, just see to it, will you? Certainly, Signora. Thundering typhoons. She'll have a jukebox next. Is that piano for you? Yes, it is. Excuse me, your shoelace is undone. Why, so it is. As he bends over, Tintin catches a glimpse of the bottom of his shoes. Ring, drop that parrot. Ring. It's the phone this time. Hello, yes? Speaking. Paris Flash International? I beg your pardon? What? An interview? I'm very flattered. Gladly. I can hear you. Oh, an interview with Signora Castafiore. I'm very sorry, but Signora Castafiore has asked me to say... She grabs the phone. Allow me. Paris Flash, hello? I can hear you. Yes, this is me. We see where he gets this phrase from. I can hear you. Yes, this is me. Of course it's me. An interview? Naturally. With pleasure. Whenever you like. Very well. I shall look forward to tomorrow. Ciao. Those footprints. They were made by the little pianist. Very odd. Journalists. They hound one to death. There's no escape. Oh well, one must expect it. The price of fame. But you definitely said no interviews. Nothing. Oh, but Paris Flash is Paris Flash, you know. Not like those pigs on Tempo di Roma. Not a flick of respect for an artist. So I refuse to receive them now. But I must practice with Wagner. Bye-bye. I'll put dear Iago beside you. So as we hear her doing her warm-up, or her practicing, ha 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 ha, from the next room throughout the sequence. It is brilliant. I mean, you can almost hear this as you're reading it. Hark, hark, the lark, he says. Ring, ring. The little look he's giving the parrot. Hello, hello, I can hear you. No, madam, I am not Mr. Cuts the butcher. No, madam, you have the wrong number. Ring, ring, ring. Will you shut up, you cachiinating cockatoo? I can hear you. And I can hear you only too well. How dare you speak to me like that? You are an insolent cad, sir. I wasn't addressing you, nanny goat. I was talking to the parrot. Hello, hello? Billions of blue blistering barnacles. I don't know what prevents me. He bites him on the nose. And Tintin, of course, hurries him out before Haddock strangles him. That parrot. Drown it, Tintin. Strangle it, or I shall do something violent. Tintin, for the love of heaven, do something for me. Get me one of those invalid chairs, and then I can at least go outside. Otherwise, I'll go start staring mad. Right. So outside, we have our two mysterious visitors down here. No good. She's doing her exercises. We'll have to wait. The next morning, back to the stonemason, Mr. Bolt. Yes, I know. I couldn't help it. I had to finish a tombstone. It was urgent. What? Yours is urgent too? Yes. Yes, I know. Look, I'll be there first thing tomorrow morning. Yes, without fail. If he's not here tomorrow, I'll get someone else, and that's flat. Captain, Captain, here's your new racing chair. Ha 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 ha. Hooray, I'm free. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Off he goes. Finds calculus in the garden. We get a better look at his outfit here in a minute. Peace at last, and there's old Cuthbert pruning his roses. Meanwhile, Paris Flash. Come in, gentlemen. I will inform the Signora. Like his little armbands. Everything about him is about 50 years out of date, if not more. Hello, Cuthbert. Working already this morning? Very well, thank you. And you? How's the foot? Oh, not so bad. Anyway, I might have broken my leg, and then I really should have looked a fool. Cool. In the shade, perhaps, but in the sun, it's really quite hot. Great news, Captain, but this is strictly between ourselves. I have succeeded in raising a completely new variety of rose. Well done. Splendid. Better than building rockets and chasing off into the blue. No, white, but such a white. Pearly, sparkling, immaculate. And the shape, perfect. And what perfume. Exquisite. Well, Professor, I congratulate you. You see there are two guys back here in the background. Ow! And the name? Aha! You will never guess. Of course, Calculus totally does not hear the yell from back here in the bushes, but Haddock is looking around, seeing what has happened. And I like another little detail: the ends of the tips of Calculus's gardening gloves have been snipped off by accident, and here he is doing another. What was that? Who shouted? I've had an idea, I think I may say, an inspiration. Of course, they're being attacked by bees. Hey, stop, whoever you are. Of course, he can't chase them. He's stuck in his wheelchair. Idiot. Did you have to put your great feet into a wasp's nest? Wasps, I mean, not bees. As I told you, the rose I have created is white. Now, what is white in Italian? Bianca, of course. Bianca, you follow me? Bianca, Bianca. Who are those ectoplasms bolting like rabbits? That's what interests me. Yes, Bianca, like our delightful guest. This rose shall be called Bianca Castafiore. A charming compliment, don't you think? The scoundrels. I'll bet they were up to no good. But the world must wait. You mustn't breathe a word, I implore you. There must be a complete surprise. What? Which? A surprise? For whom? That's agreed, isn't it? He's totally not been paying attention to what he's been saying. I can count on you. This is strictly between ourselves. Strangers in the park. What's it all about? Hello. Who's on that seat? Oh, it's Irma. Uh-oh. Irma. Yes, madam. He gets out of the way quick. Where are you, Irma? Here, madam. I'm coming. Take cover. Have you seen Captain Havoc? I simply must find him. If you see him, tell him we've finished. These gentlemen from Paris Flash have concluded their interview and would so like to meet him. Yes, madam. Disaster. They're coming this way. I'm caught like a rat in a trap. You know, he's just a dear old sea dog, a bit crusty at first, but he's pretending to be asleep. Beneath a rough exterior, he hides the simple heart of a big, lovable child. There he is, asleep, and in the shade, too. Captain Faddock. Oh, you naughty man, look at you. Asleep in the shade. You'll catch your death of cold. What? Oh, I must have been asleep. Look, I brought you your coat. It's chilly out here. Now. But I'm not cold. I see I must scold you for something else, too. That jersey, it really won't do on a man of your age. But it's like your hair. When will you learn to do it properly? And stop looking like a scruffy old schoolboy? But all the while, this picture's being taken all the while. This is going on. Let me introduce Christopher Willoughby Droop and Marco Risotto of Paris Flash. Hello. Morning. Well, gentlemen, now that you've all met, I will release you. Roam about in the grounds as you please. Captain Hassock and I will expect you to lunch. Now, my dear, let us have a little chat. Well, what do you make of it? Same as you, chum. This is a sensation, but we must be sure. True or not, Marco, my boy, it'll sell. I can just see the cover. Look, a gardener. Come on, we'll try to pump him. Okay. They're going to ask Cuthbert Calculus for information. But it isn't the gardener, it's Professor Calculus, who went to the moon with Tintin. He should be in the know. Let's go. Good morning, Professor. May we introduce ourselves? Christopher Willoughby Droop and Marco Risotto of Paris Flash. Here's our card. From the yard? Reporters, so that's it. The captain had to tell someone. He's already tattled to the papers about my new rose, the old gossip. Tell me, Professor, off the record, isn't there something in the wind between La Castafiore and Captain Haddock? Plans for a wedding, am I right? It was the captain who told you, wasn't it? Well, yes and no. You know how it is. We reporters flare, you understand, so it's true? Great sunspots, and he promised to say nothing. It was to have been a surprise. I quite understand. How soon will it be? Well, it all depends on the weather, but it could happen any day now. Aha. So it's imminent, then. And how long has this been fixed? Can you give any little snippets about them? How they first met, for example? Precisely. It was 2 years ago at the Chelsea Flower Show. But shh, here she comes, Signor Bianco with the captain. Not a word about this. Right. The professor was telling us about his roses, how magnificent they are. Exquisite. I was just saying so to Captain Havoc. Meanwhile, got that? Sugar plum? Oriana? Semiramis? Talking to somebody in code at a payphone. Up to something. That's right, exactly. No. I'll ring you myself. Okay then, till tomorrow. And how I adore flowers. They bring them in armfuls, but I never get tired of them. Dear lady, allow me to offer you this modest crimson glory until something better comes along. Haha. Oh, Professor. Such a sweet scent. Smell, Captain. Inhale the fragrance. Exquisite, isn't it? Yow! Billions of blistering barnacles have been stung by a bee. That's a great picture. My poor boy. How did you manage to do that? And what a terrible fuss. You frightened me to death. Wait, I'll help you. First, remove the sting. There. Then apply crushed rose petals to the spot. There. Better already, aren't we? Marco Risotto is taking pictures of all this the whole while. Now, my friends, I'll leave you. I must change for lunch. Ciao. I've got to say, this is one of the more the funnier of the Tintin adventures. The humor is often dependent on Captain Haddock's mishaps, and so it's just nonstop in this story. Tra-la-la. You're looking for Captain Maggot, I'm sure. You'll find him in the rose garden. The poor darling, he's been stung on the nose by a bee. Oh, a bee sting on the nose. Poor Captain. That could be horribly painful. Yeek, my necklace. Irma. Yes, madam. Oh, it's you. Something frightful has happened. I've just broken my necklace. Don't worry, Senora. I'm sure we'll find all the beads. There you are at last. I've been calling you for hours. You should have been here to pick up my necklace. I'm so grateful, my young friend. It's not that this necklace is particularly valuable. It's only fashion jewelry, but it's from Tristan Dior. And say what you like, but Dior is still Dior. Of course, a reference to Christian Dior. Obviously. Now let's see about the captain's nose. Don't think I'm angry with you, Captain, but why did you tell them about my rose? What? Your rose? Your rose? Will you shut up about your rose? Blistering barnacles. If I hadn't had one shoved in my face, I shouldn't have a nose like an overgrown strawberry. Oh, no, white. Excuse me, madam. Have you seen my embroidery scissors? You know, the little gold ones? Oh, why should I have seen them, girl? It's not my job to look after your things. Oh, I didn't say that, madam. It's strange. I had them earlier, when you called me the first time. When I returned to my seat, I couldn't find them. Well, have a good look, my child. No one is going to steal a pair of scissors, are they? No, madam. Aha, but, we see. Meanwhile, little scissors made of gold. Aren't they pretty, Uncle Mike? Very nice. So we're getting all these clues. And yet, nothing has really been stolen yet, except for the scissors, of course. But Herge is definitely setting us up for something. 3 days later. Hello, is that Mr. Bolt? Oh, I'm speaking to Mrs. Bolt? Yes, the gentleman from the hall. No, he's been gone since first thing this morning. Detail here, he's reading the same copy issue of Paris Flash that Haddock is going to be reading here. No, he's been gone since first thing this morning. Oh, he promised to come to you? I'm afraid I don't know. I'll tell him, sir. Yes, without fail, sir. Thundering typhoons. If he doesn't come tomorrow, I'll get someone else. Ring. Hello, is that you, old shipmate? This is Jillian. Congratulations, you old humbug. You certainly had your old pal fooled. Had you fooled? Me? I don't understand. What do you mean? Ha ha ha. Still keeping your trap shut, eh? That's okay by me. Keep your hair on. I just wanted to be the first to congratulate you. But... And don't let your Castafiore do anything about that insurance. I've got to go off on the road for a while, but I haven't forgotten it. I'll be back one of these days. Well, so long, old horse. And once again, all the best. Click. Congratulations. What's that gas bag on about now? Oh, well, forget it. I'll have a quiet pipe and read the papers. Dong. Now what is it? A telegram for you, sir. A telegram? Billions of blistering barnacles. What does this mean? Read that and tell me if it conveys anything to you. And that idiot wag has just run up to congratulate me. No? Heartiest congratulations, Captain Chester. Doesn't make sense, does it? Captain Chester is his old seafaring friend who we first meet in The Shooting Star, and then whose ship Captain Haddock borrows, the Sirius, the trawler Sirius, in Red Rackham's Treasure. Doesn't make sense, does it? And as he opens up his copy of Paris Flash and looks at the cover, we get a rare close-up of Captain Haddock. Very effective, though. And on the cover, we see the two of them. Scoop, Milanese Nightingale, Bianca Castafiore will marry old Sea Lion. At the Chelsea Flower Show, famed the world over for its exotic blooms, Bianca Castafiore met her future husband, retired Admiral Hammock. Our reporters have been to Marlinspike Hall to bring you these intimate glimpses of two happy people. My love is like a red, red rose. He opens his heart to the parrot she gave him. These great photos. Loneliness banished. He never tires of hearing the golden voice singing for him the famous jewel song from Faust. Blistering barnacles, wait till I get my hands on the miserable molecule of mildew who dreamed up this balderdash. Hello, I can hear you. Buongiorno, Captain, buongiorno. Captain Bootblack, have you seen the marvelous article about me in Paris Flash? Yes, I have seen it, madam. You call it marvelous? Announcing our marriage? Oh, yes. Priceless, isn't it? But it doesn't mean a thing. The newspapers have already engaged me to the Maharaja of Gopal, to Baron Hamazout, the Lord Chamberlain of Sildavia, to Colonel Spons, to the Marquis de Gorgonzola, and goodness knows who. So you see, I'm quite used to it. So, Lord Chamberlain of Sildavia. Sildavia, of course, is the country in which King Ottokar's scepter is set. I don't think we ever meet this Baron Hamazout. Colonel Spons, however, we do meet. He's a Bordurian officer that we meet in the Calculus Affair. And the Marquis de Gorgonzola is the AKA, the alias of Rastapopoulos in the Red Sea Sharks. Well, I'm not, madam, and I ring... Hello? Of course, the last people he wants to be talking to are the Thompson twins. This is Thompson and Thompson, with a P and without. Our wet dishes, many congratulations, Captain. We've just seen Paris Flash. And and I don't even know how to read that, but they get an earful. Nitwitted ninepins. How very odd. Not a word about my rose. But, oh, goodness gracious me. My dear friend, my dear old friend, most hearty congratulations. How happy I am to hear the news. But why didn't you tell me before? A few telegrams, sir, and may I be allowed, sir, to offer my most respectful felicitations. Captain Haddock looks so beaten as Tintin is reading out all these telegrams. Good wishes, Cuts the Butcher. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Bolt. Sincere greetings, Dr. Patella. My most delighted good wishes, Oliveira de Figueira, who we meet first in Cigars of the Pharaoh. Appears again in... Oh, gosh. Where do we meet him again? The Red Sea Sharks, perhaps? I can't remember now. Ring. Hello? Yes. Supervision? One moment, please. It's a television company, sir. They want Now television? No, no, leave me alone. I refuse to behave like a performing seal in front of a camera. But sir, there's no but about it. I've had enough of reporters. Tell them I'm out. But sir, it's Signora Castafiore they wish to speak to. To me, but my goodness. To me, but my good man. Why didn't you say so before? Hello? Yes, I can hear you. Supervision? Yes, I'd adore to. When? Tomorrow? Lovely, yes. I shall look forward to seeing you. What a bore they are, but what can one do? They'll be here tomorrow afternoon. It's a very loud music, evidently. Look at the size of those notes. A great little use of cartoon vocabulary here, making these notes so oversized, coming in the window. Of course, they're all rushing over to the window, except for the deaf Professor Calculus. He says, someone must have given all this to the reporters. I wonder who it was. And outside we have another nice large panel, and it is the Marlinspike Prize Band performing, oh, what a charming idea, an obob. So they're performing in honor of the captain and La Castafiore's nuptials. And we see among the performers here, we see a few of the other people of the Marlinspike district. I think that's Mr. Bolt. There we get a better view of him there. And I'm sure some of the others are there. The doctor and Cuts the butcher. That might be him. Anyway. Your ladyship, captain, sir, shh, but on behalf of the Marlinspike Prize Band Supporters Club, I have the honor to present to you with due deference the respectful congratulations of all our members on this felicitous event, which has brought a light to every throat and a lump in every eye. You must offer them champagne. What? Champagne? Never. And several glasses later. This is a great compliment to the other panoramic shot here is their exit. Totally in their cups. Like this particular, he's beating the drum. He's lost his mallet. He's beating it with a bottle of champagne. It's on his hands and knees. A few have crashed into the trees. The following afternoon, forgive us for being so late, Senora. On our way out of town, we were caught in a traffic jam, and then we wasted time trying to find the way, and to crown it all, we had a breakdown. Did you? How priceless. Thundering typhoons. This is a full-scale invasion. Oh, sorry. The mysterious car is back again, and these two. The television boys. Now or never, Gino. In you go. Mix with all that crowd and get to work. I'll wait in the car. Just down the road, okay? Okay. I'll take my gear and chance it. So we're going to stop here, and we'll continue the rest of this in our second part. And we'll find out what happens then.